Down here in the bottom right, in the yellow, the Zerg player, very smart player. He's up 1-0.
Junior Green Wings log.
He's looking to extend that lead.
And his opponent in the top left losing to a massive Ling all-in.
CJ herO.
Spam is real for both players. We get to see the mouse hand of Rogue and the keyboard hand of herO. Got a pylon down here at the ramp. Looks like it's going to be Forge. Could also be Nexus first.
Yeah, definitely could be that. Oh, yeah.
Says he's getting excited.
Well, you know, I don't know if I'd want to cannon rush Rogue after the game he had against Classic. It's a little bit stressful, perhaps.
It's like Rogue wins a free pass to never get cannon rushed ever again after that game.
Something like that.
He's even going pool first. So.
Well, that's two pool firsts in a row. And at some level, that is a mind game. But in my opinion, it also shows confidence that you're willing to go pool first, like just over and over. Because, you know, Protosses really do love to go for instance, Nexus first in a gateway or something like that. And when you go pool first, just a normal timing pool first, it does nothing against anything. All it does is make you safe against things like this cannon rush.
Oh, boy. Look at Rogue. Seeing the probe come in, he just dodges that very slightly. Just a small little trick there you can use to not get your hatchery blocked.
Yeah. And herO knows that that happened too. He's, like, as soon as he goes up, sees the pool at that health, he's like, oh, okay, you were hiding a drone. It's not like you're just not going to make a hatch.
He doesn't even need to go check. I mean,
yeah,
he was just harassing there. Maybe he'll go home. Overlord is coming in.
Yeah, and see a cannon thrown up here. So it'll be a little bit before we actually get into some real tech coming up. Of course, after that core, we'll figure out exactly what it is that herO wants to go for. As far as Rogue goes, we'll have to just watch when he gets his gases and when he takes his third base. He is actually getting a gas pretty early here.
Could be another bit of a delayed speed that we saw in the last game. We'll see, you know, like you were saying, when that third base comes down. I don't think he'll do the same thing, of course. I think herO will be more than ready for it. That's kind of a build you can only do once, you know.
Yeah, you're probably not going to do it again, to be honest, but it puts the fear into herO, so herO can't just move out and harass so easily. And, you know, this build, maybe this was pre-planned, maybe he decided to do this here. But, I mean, there would be some intelligence in deciding to do a build like this, because this kind of takes out builds like what we saw from Rogue. You don't do something like that generally against someone who goes for a Forge Expand. The odds of that breaking through are very small. The odds of them moving out that early are 0. So it's just, you know, they're going to have enough to hold. Yeah. So this is like a safety way for herO to say, okay, I'm going to get into at least the mid-game. At least the mid-game where I have some units to work with.
Very good point. And where's that gas going? Okay, burrow.
Ooh.
I was saying, all his gas disappeared and there's no speed, no lair. I'm like, where? What? And then I see it.
This is rather cool. And if you look at this, this is lined up nicely. He can actually deny this third base from being taken so quickly. That's really, really neat. I like it. Some of these fast burrow builds are so cool.
You think this is like specifically to delay that third base?
Yes,
because
I do.
Yeah.
And I think it's like a very smart way to do it as well. Like, of course, he could end up following up with a Roach all-in. In fact, the fact that he's getting a layer tells me that I think he may go right into Roaches from here.
Yeah.
Like, could get speed, stuff like that. I mean, I'm not exactly sure exactly what he wants to do because I haven't seen this, but...
He's adding the gases. He's not taking a third base. I think we'll see it.
The speed of the burrow, though, is lined up to finish before 7 minutes, which is when Protosses take their thirds. So it's like, it's just a really cool thing.
Rogue is obviously, you know, just prepared a lot in general for the series, and that's nice to see. He wants to win.
Yeah, and notice how he moved his Ling away, and now he just moved it back, and now he burrows. That's because that is exactly when Protoss sends a Stalker to clear the Ling. The Stalker went over, the Ling wasn't there, the Ling came back. This is such a planned-out build from Rogue. It's actually
so cool,
blowing my mind how well he's prepared for this series.
Super cool, man.
Look at this. He's got 2 queens there. He's like an oracle's coming, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Rogue, in fact.
But, yeah, this isn't a third base build. Look at those 3 gates. And +1.
Okay, we have Infestation Pit on the way.
Wow. Holy crap.
This is just one of these builds I want to, like, sit back and just watch unfold. Just, like, you know, take note of the timings and be like, oh, okay, wow.
Oh, I'll be
What
watching
is
this
actually
VOD,
going on?
man.
Yeah.
This is really peculiar. If he's going for infestors, I have to rethink that terrible game of Dark versus Deer on this map from Pro League. I don't remember if you cast that. Maybe not, but like Dark went 2 base infestor against Deer. Oh my god, he's going straight to
I
Hive.
think I remember that.
He's going straight to Hive and he's getting missile attacks. Wow. I'm like, okay.
Well,
So he has only Lings. He has nothing to do with ranged attacks. I guess he has to be going for a Hydralisk Den and Vipers?
Vipers, like super fast Vipers.
I think.
Just in like a very interesting order, I guess.
Now, I mean, I didn't watch Pro League actually this week yet. I just started this morning. I'm going to finish it up this weekend, but because I was kind of busy. But other than that, I watch like every StarCraft game in Korea, or almost very, very close to every StarCraft game in Korea, and I have not seen this out of a Zerg. I don't know exactly what this is.
I think it's got to be Hydra.
I mean, right?
But still,
why
no-
would you?
no-
it has to be Viper.
Den.
It has to be Viper for the Hive.
Hydra Viper.
Yeah, and
That's
the
what I'm trying to
missile
say.
attack can only mean. I mean, Hydras are what you would go with that. I mean, I guess you could go Roach, but
You could go like Swarm Host.
Stormhost
like,
after Hive.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know. It's just
Okay.
Ultralisk Den with Vipers.
Okay, this is actually the first thing I thought. Hold on, let's see what these Lings do real quick. Okay, not too much.
Nothing.
The first thing I thought was that this would be a rush to Ultralisks, but he was getting the missile attacks, so I thought, no, it can't be that. But now he's getting Swarm Hosts and an Ultralisk Cavern. So he's getting Adrenal for Lings, +1 missile for Swarm Hosts, and an Ultralisk Cavern, and a Viper.
1 Viper.
What the hell am I watching here? This is the build one of everything build for Zerg. I thought only Terrans could do that, but apparently Zergs can do that too. Or maybe they can't. Maybe he'll get slammed. Let's see. If I was herO right now, I would be like, okay, what? And I am like that. I'm like, what? And I can see
We
everything.
can see everything, and we're both just
Actually-
like, what?
You know, he's probably lucky he can't see everything, because if he could, he'd be like really like, what? This
Well-
is really weird, man.
herO, I don't know. He went over there. He's like, okay, you've got a third base, but I've got a third base, so like I'm gonna be okay. I don't need to kill you, and not really sure what's going on. He's gonna catch 2 queens.
Ooh, that's a really great catch. Okay, he's moving forward. This is like a really weird army, but he's got 2 Void Rays, so I guess he can actually deal a lot of damage with this.
Can he actually kill that hatchery and get out?
Yeah,
he's
I
gonna do
think
exactly
he
that.
can, just because of how many force fields he has.
Yeah.
He was a little bit wasteful with that.
Oh,
Oh, he does not want to lose that.
Oh,
yeah,
and
he's not even going to take the risk. You
Yeah.
lose all those sentries, you just lose. But you know what? Okay, I'm trying to... Let's theory the craft this just a little bit. The hell is he... All right, this is so weird.
what is his
Are
composition?
the Ultras just to bash force fields?
I mean, they definitely could be, especially given what herO's made so far, which is a gigantic amount of force field, or centuries, rather.
Like, I mean, the one Viper I'm totally cool with. I don't think the Viper is actually central to this strategy at all. It's just like, I have Hive Tech, I should have a
Yeah,
Viper.
just 1 Viper.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But the Ultras and the Storm Host off of such a low economy? Like, it's...
I don't know, man.
You can barely go Storm Host on 3 base, and he, like... It's really bizarre, but look, okay, yeah, see, he's going to break the force fields.
And herO, once he sees those Ultralisks, he has
Yeah.
to back off.
Because realistically, in modern PvZ, the way that you fight against Stormhost is at first you use, while you're getting tech to kill Stormhost later on, you use force fields to block off passages to pick off hatcheries.
Yeah.
But here he's kind of circumvented that by having Ultras. And Ultras counter, if he went right into Colossus, that would counter that composition. Because Ultras are good against Colossi, Sentries, and Stalkers specifically, which is what you would want to have. This is all, I'm saying all of this with ... question mark, exclamation point, question mark. That's like what the punctuation is in my voice. You couldn't tell.
we see the transition here into double Robo as well as Storm, I think, on the way. Could this be Rogue forcing herO into a bad composition against like a Muta switch a little bit later on? He's going to have the Storm, of course, but you know what he's forcing with the Ultras is a huge amount of Immortals. Maybe you just make that nil with a bunch of Vivos later on. We do see the Spire.
I like what you're saying there. He's making it very hard to make the right composition. That's for sure. But you know, by going Ultras and Stormhost, you do force 2 Robo, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
So what you're saying actually has a lot of merit to it. Because if they're going 2 Robo, that's not very good against Muta. Well, he is getting, of course, a Fleet Beacon just so we can have every unit in the game.
Because why not? I mean, you know, at this point.
I'm just waiting to see how these guys make battle cruisers, because that's about the only thing we haven't seen yet. Look, a Dark Shrine, a Fleet Beacon, full Hive Tech.
They're the Mutas. There's only 4 of them, which is interesting.
That might...
that
could be just to force some units to sit back, or cannons to be made, or Phoenixes, or any... Like, that might be the part that's going to... Yeah, absolutely. That's good for a Warp Prism.
Because it's only 4. You know, you can't make like 2. The Warp Prism's going to get in there anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Let's say that they're for the Warp Prism at first, but they might help mess up the unit comp as well. Because now you have to have the Fear Mutas in you.
Yeah. In 2 ways, you're stopping the Warp Prism and showing the Mutas, like you just said. So.
Fear Mutas in some ways is worse than Mutas, you know.
Yeah, man. Fear Mutas is real. I've had nightmares. See a nice little run by towards that base. Should be able to get the cancel, I think, in fact.
That'd actually be quite nice. Yeah, it looks like he will.
Those Adrenal Glands,
straight the kill. Wow, yeah. Adrenal Glands is a great upgrade. Look at this weird comp. Definitely not something you want to fight Stormhost with. So more Stormhosts are being made. He's kind of reactively making his units. Oh, I don't know about this one.
That's a lot of Immortals. You can target those on the Ultras. Those are going to melt.
Yeah, he's actually not targeting.
Yeah, there we go.
This was actually quite poor targeting.
That
could have
gone it out though.
Yeah, it could have gone better for herO, but it still went totally fine, I would say.
Yeah.
He still has his Immortals and his Void Rays, which are the important parts. But like, I feel like this is kind of reactive. Like, he sees that many Immortals, he's like, okay, now I'm going to make some more Stormhosts. But there are already Colossus on the way. This is... I feel like I'm just describing what I see on the screen right now.
It's hard to really tell what's going on right now. Look at this. What is that? Of course, the standard 7 Queen wall.
This could end up being the most brilliant game that we ever see. Like, I'm not sure yet.
Really standard 7 Queen wall with double Spine Crawlers. herO has tried so hard to do some harass damage in this game. I don't think it's done anything. Like, Rogue has shut down absolutely everything.
Hey, guess what time it is, Valdez? Time for mass infestors. That's the time it is. 7 infestors on the way.
Wow.
I do like these Mutas. Jeez. Oh, my God.
Just 4 Mutas. You got that Spire.
Well, against stuff like this, the reason why herO is like really good at this matchup is his Warp Prism play is second to none. And the fact that he's shutting down the Warp Prisms so actively and so effectively, that's taking a lot of the muscle out of herO's PvZ as well.
Yeah. He's put so much thought into herO's PvZ. Like, it's so obvious, just in general.
We actually have even more Immortals that were just made. And this is starting to look like the game of Deer vs. Dark in a certain way that he's actually way overmade Immortals at this point. Because he has 2 Voids and 4 Immortals already, and he already made 2 more. And like, Immortals are a lot of build time on your... They're a lot of supply, a lot of build time, a lot of money. Yeah. So to have like 6 Immortals is actually too much.
You just have this group of Immortals that eventually just do absolutely nothing once the Zerg switches out of Ultras. It's like, well, okay, there's just useless supply, you might as well kill them.
If they don't have Roaches or Ultras, I mean, these things suck against all the other units, like really suck. Like, you'd rather have 2 Zealots.
Look at this. Bit of a counterattack over to the left side of the natural. There's a lot of cannons there. And it looks like Rogue is just trying to get rid of those Ultras to me. Like, he's not really going to do much. I mean, he's going to open that up, of course.
He's kind of pulling him around a little bit. Huh.
We got another Warp Prism out on the map.
Another Warp Prism. Of course, Tempest on the way.
2 War Prisms, in fact, on the map.
Thing is, the Sky Toss, it's really, like, some people go Sky Toss against this style, but it takes a very long time to kill them with Sky Toss. And the game normally ends up being pretty close. So, I don't know, man. This is like, this is awesome. I'm actually enjoying this. Nothing I'm saying is actually.
This,
I'm not actually being negative or disliking this or making fun in any way. This is like one of the coolest games I've seen all year.
Kind of just like studying this really cool, awesome game.
This is fascination in my voice.
Yeah. Look at this. He's opened up that back door. And here we go. Big Ling run by into the main.
That's quite nice.
Of course, he is going to mainly just force some warp-ins. He might be able to get a Stargate here.
Yeah, anything like this is quite nice, too. Forcing the warp-ins, killing anything off. Lings are, like, free for you, kind of. I guess not completely because of how wonky this game has been. His economy, mineral-wise, isn't as big as it would be if he played this normal as an opening was here. But still.
Yeah. We see those Lings burrow in the main. And this is still going on. This is actually happening.
Another Prism. More and more spines coming up. Upgrades all over the place. Double Forge versus double Evo non-stop. Double Spires going.
You see that upside-down smiley face in the middle of the map?
Yeah. Wow. What else is an upside-down smiley but a frown with the eyes on the chin?
That's scary, man.
Yeah, it is. You've seen Family Guy, right?
Yeah.
Upside-down face boy or whatever he is.
Yeah, man. This, those must be spines, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
he's
is like the coolest thing I've ever seen.
He's like switching into kind of just late game ZvP standards King Sejong Station.
You know,
as we get later on.
A lot of people just, oh, okay, this is actually a good usage of these. He's realized that these Immortals suck and he shouldn't even have them. So he's sending those around to try to deal with things. But like I like how he's setting up the spines before he even makes a hatch. Because they build quicker, so he's like, screw it, let's do this. I like that a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately, these Immortals find some use, and no cancel
that
on the
DT
hatchery.
Helping a lot as well.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, this is so cool. They're using, like, everything.
Yeah.
There are so many little tricks, mind games. Look at this. He's using Infested Terran harassment. I love, by the way, that Infested Terrans are back. Life using those brilliantly last night against Mech.
Here we go, big focus on the hatchery. He's going to be able to get that pretty easily.
Yeah, a lot of transfuse is actually not used there.
He's got to focus those Infested Terrans. He's not quite doing that. Wants to take out the Nexus.
Damn, this is cool.
Or some of those Robos, actually, not even the Nexus.
Look at this. He's going to shut that down. Just non-stop assaulting this side. Oh, some very nice storms and volleys there from the Tempest.
Really nice mothership movement from herO. You saw he moved the mothership forward, in fact, to cloak the Tempest that was pulled. Pretty cool.
All right, gets that Nexus. Getting that Nexus is like, it's good, but it isn't as impactful as you may think.
Yeah.
What sucks is that herO's gas mining is going to be way slowed down here, but you know, he definitely has an excess of probes than what he can use at this moment. Not a big one, though, actually, to be fair.
He's going to pull the mothership, and he gets an instant kill there.
I think he needs to get on top of Revelation here.
Yeah. We see another move to take that hatchery. Already herO. If he can't use his Warp Prisms, he'll just walk the units over. He's fine with doing that as well. Not the best targeting here from Ro8. But he is going to eventually leave one of them alive. Another harass coming in there at the third base. Warp Prism trying to find something here.
This game is awesome.
Warp Prisms are like still flying around. herO's got a really strong push here.
You know what this game is? This game is box art. This is like what Blizzard makes a screenshot of to sell the game in Best Buy.
Pretty much, man.
Oh
It's
my
almost
God.
like it's the beta of the game. They're like trying out all the units or something.
Yeah, like look, it's all the units fighting each other. It's crazy.
Now
Your
he's
games
got
will be like
Archons.
this. Like, I love it, man. Look at this. This Zala harassment actually getting some real damage done. Very strong composition here by herO, making so many Archons. Now, of course, if this push doesn't work, if he loses all this army, he will lose. But his army is so insane right now.
Yeah.
9 Archons, 7 Tempests, like a couple High Templars in there even.
Oh, man. One mediocre fungal there, and that's about it. Some blinding clouds coming down. Those are
Very nice.
pretty good there against the Stalkers, but a big blink forward right onto the Swarm Host.
Yeah, he's on top of everything right now.
Another blink forward, picking off 1 more, 2 more, 3 more, it looks like. Some more Ultras added in after the
those are
Morals
like,
go down.
with this many Archons out, I don't know about those.
Well, he's got to attack it here. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
GG.
GG.
Okay, let's talk about that game until this next game starts, because that was like, I don't even care what the next map is. I don't care what the score is right now. I don't even remember, because everything in my whole life has been erased except for that game right now.
You are so fascinated by this, Artus, just so I can tell.
Okay, so Rogue looks sad, and that makes me sad, because that might have been a brilliant game from Rogue, and it's really hard to tell, because I'm really trying to put this game together in my head and exactly what the thought process was and what he meant to do. And here are some of the guesses I'm coming up with. herO shuts down anyone that wants to go Swarm Host really hard. On that map, you generally do want to go Swarm Host. You either want to do that or like maybe one of these quick Viper rushes or, you know, some sort of all-in.
Yeah.
But like Protoss, the way they battle this, and especially herO battles this, is through mobility at first force fields and then some prisms into Colossus type tech. But the type of play Rogue went for circumvented that. There was no really good prism harassment.
Yeah.
And when he did come up to kill a base, we only saw it happen once, but Ultras did crush the force fields and made it so that all those sentries, he made like 8 sentries, they actually he never really got use out of sentries.
No, of course not. I mean, there was the one time he was trying to snipe down that 3rd base, but because of the Viper that came in and pulled that Mothership core, he was like, uh-oh, I gotta get out of here.
I feel like
that was like the one time he got damage, I guess.
Yeah, and it didn't even really do that much. It like hurt the hatch and killed a couple drones and like made Rogue scared for a second. But like Rogue circumvented like a lot of things herO does and got into Swarm Host play. But it was like such a wonky and hard to get into it way, and he spent so much money doing other stuff.
It's almost like Rogue like overcomplicated thing. It's like he overstudied herO almost. He's like, I have to do this to shut down this aspect of his play and this to shut down this aspect of his play. And he was like doing it. It was seeming to work, but in the end the execution wasn't all there. And I don't. It was almost like he didn't have like an end game plan at the end of it all, you know?
Something like that, yeah. All right, well, I guess we're going to go to another game. But until that core is up, I'm going to talk about the last game.